The black hole, how will it translate? What will the fans think? They're in a bit of an NFL purgatory there if they remain in Oakland for a couple of seasons, if the relocation gets voted through. Peter, how did we get here?
Yeah, I'm going to give you broad strokes because fans at home thinking, well, why would you move a team? So basically, the Oakland Stadium right now is the 32nd stadium in the league. It's dilapidated, and Roger Goodell said there's actually safety issues. It's that bad. And for years, the Raiders and the NFL and the city of Oakland have been discussing proposals to get a new stadium or getting major renovations, and it just wasn't coming to be. Insert Las Vegas. There's public money available. There is the Bank of America money available. They're partnering with Bank of America to help this. And the NFL lowered the relocation fee for this. So it is a safety issue. Like, you can't play in that Oakland Stadium much longer. It looks like. But it's also a money issue. Let's not be naive here. So why is it happening? It's happening because there's a viable option to leave, and the owner wants to. The NFL wants to, and they're going to get more than 24 votes today, and I think it's going to happen. But let's not be naive and say this is strictly a play that's great for the NFL.
Right.
There's a lot of negatives to Vegas also, and there's a lot of negative of moving a third franchise out of its home city in 18 months. I don't like it.
And I think about it, the reception. When it happens, if it happens, when they're there, is it going to work? I remember when it first came out, the Vegas Raiders sounded so titillating to me. You know, it's like it even went to brand. Like, they're kind of the bad boy image, silver and black, Sin City. But now I feel like it's this great Vegas tradition of things that seem like they might be a good idea. They're actually a terrible decision.
Give us some examples,
let's stay at Whiskey Pete's to save a few bucks and bust into the city. Let's take our girlfriend to Thunder Down Under. I'm sure she'll love it. Let's put an NFL team, autobiographical, by the way. Let's put an NFL team in Vegas, which is, look, first and foremost, a boxing city, an MMA city, and part of what they're doing, the success of this plan, is relying on tourists to go to games. And people are in town, it's a tourist city. I don't know if I'm at a bachelor party and I'm with 12 other guys and we got the big steak dinner, whatever else we're going to get into. Do we want to go and spend top dollar for a 4-hour game for a team that we're not attached to? Is that where we're interested, or do we want to go to the sportsbook and watch the game?
On a Sunday afternoon and then go to the McCarran Airport after.
I don't see it. I don't see it. Look, the rendition looks really cool. The stadium looks amazing. The rendition of the Luxor looked pretty amazing, too. Have you stayed there before? Whoa.
I get what you're saying. And, listen,
Carrot Top, 6 nights a week.
Yeah, right?
Carrot Top. Pretty good comedian. Listen,
jacked, by the way. What's up with that?
What's going on, man?
Jacked
Working
up
out.
to it.
All right, so, I get what you're saying, but I might be reaching a little bit.
Where you going, Burleson? Where you going?
Let's think about when Vegas had a really good team. And, we're sports fans. You remember the Running Rebels.
The Shark.
Remember Larry Johnson. You remember
Stacey Augmon.
Greg Anthony.
Anderson
You remember
Hunt.
that team? Yeah, they had a squad, and everybody was captivated. Not just the city of Las Vegas, but the nation was captivated with the squad. If they could win, which we're assuming they will because they are a good team, people will come. It's just like Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. If you build this team around this city and the city around this team, people are going to be captivated just by the success. It's similar to any big market if they start winning. If Miami started winning, New York, if the Los Angeles Rams or Chargers start winning, there's something about teams winning in big cities. So I'm for it. And even as a player, I think everybody's assuming that this is just going to be a terrible idea and the guys aren't going to be able to handle being in Vegas. I feel like they're going to be just fine. Now, you're going to have situations just like any other city. But what's going to happen in Vegas is it's going to be magnified if there's a mistake because, it's Las Vegas.
There's cameras
everywhere.
happening
in every other state in the United States.
NFL teams will also clamp down more if you're looking at the schedule and, the players are like, we get to play in Vegas this week. The coaching staff's going to be that much tougher on them maybe.
Got to be careful with that, though, because you know what the players are going to say? I'm a grown man. Don't change the rules because we're in Vegas. I get paid just like you get paid. Don't put rules on me that you don't put on yourself as a coaching staff.
That's
exactly how players
You're going to find it in L.A. You're going to find it when you're visiting the Bears in Chicago, New Orleans. And
you're going to find it in Buzzard's Breath, North Dakota.
That's true.
You'll find trouble anywhere.
I would just say this because I feel like we're on the league network and you expect us to be pumping the league tires and saying it's great and this is great for the league and we're expanding to a new market, all this stuff. Let me slash the tire.
Slash them.
One last time. Let me pour one out here because let me tell you.
Pour one now.
Oakland now is going, the San Francisco-Oakland market is 4 times the population size of Vegas. The Niners are already up in Santa Clara. So you have that entire burgeoning market that you're abandoning right now. And Nevada politicians promised $750 million in public money. That's what they're providing. Let's not get it twisted. That was a very attractive thing for the league. And my last point is this. 2 years ago, I got a press release from some fantasy football company that Tony Romo's doing a fantasy football conference. He's hosting it out in Vegas, and the league nixed it and said, no, we're not doing Vegas. Romo's a player. No way. We are not getting involved. It is too close to the casinos and gambling.
Twice that happened.
Hey, 24 months later, well, you know what? Gambling, there are 76 casinos in Las Vegas. 76 casinos. Don't tell me a player can find trouble anywhere and that the gambling thing is not an issue. I am not so certain that the gambling issue doesn't rear its ugly head at some point in some way. You can't just assume that if you have a 90-man roster in preseason, they come to Vegas, that all 90 of those guys are going to be minding their P's and Q's.
I think Kay is right. If you want to find trouble, you can. However, you can go out with a duffel bag full of cash down the elevator and start gambling in 5 seconds. Nate, I'm thinking week 17, a 5-10 team. They're in the town in Vegas. Season's over. What are we playing for? Let's go raise some hell. Cameras everywhere. Gentlemen's clubs everywhere. Casinos everywhere. I mean, look, I used to work at a place that we really celebrated players getting in trouble, and we made fun of that type of thing. I loved it. Now that I'm here, it makes me nervous. I remember the NBA All-Star game in Vegas. I mean, it went really bad, really bad. And now we're going to have that every single Sunday. I don't know. It feels like a time bomb.